Dead Week. I saw a status on my Facebook page this morning from Aspen Coffee Company, a coffee house I used to go to when I was a student at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And the status said something like, "Hey everybody, it's Dead Week. Come on in and get your caffeine fix while you're studying for finals." And so Dead Week at Oklahoma State University is always the week before finals of any semester, where professors don't give any new assignments, and you kind of spend that week in class wrapping up and taking overviews of what's going to be on the finals and things like that. And just seeing that phrase, "it's Dead Week," there on my screen, just sent just this wave of absolute dread all over me. And it was kind of weird, that I hadn't been to classes at Oklahoma State University in 12 years, but yet I saw Dead Week. I was like, oh God, oh shit. Because those of you who haven't ever seen my presentation from Cowboy to Astronaut, this may come as a surprise to you, but I was not the best student in college. And the reason being was that I was so interested in learning motion graphics and web design and digital graphic design at the time, and there were no classes whatsoever at OSU to learn anything like that. So I spent a lot of time skipping class and hanging out and teaching myself Photoshop, teaching myself After Effects, teaching myself how to code HTML, teaching myself all of these things, because there was just no other way that I was going to learn any of these things, because there was, like I said, certainly no classes to learn any of that stuff. So I spent a lot of time skipping the classes that I was enrolled in to teach myself the things that I really wanted to learn. And so Dead Week always represented that week, that week of reckoning, where I had to sit down and basically cram a whole semester's worth of information into my head, because I'd kind of just spent the entire semester doing whatever else I felt like it. And that was the whole dread thing. And I guess I just have never gotten over that. 12 years later, I've just never gotten over that sheer terror. But it got me to thinking as I sat around at lunch today, thinking about that Dead Week thing. And it made me wonder exactly what would have happened if I had been the guy who had studied all semester and took my classes and did as seriously as I should have, obviously. Taught myself the things that I was enrolled in learning. What would have happened to me? It's an interesting question, really, because given most of the majors that I did most of the skipping out on were electronics technology and computer science. So what would have happened had I gone to my classes completely faithfully, did all my homework, aced all the tests and everything, and became an electronics not really an electrical engineer, because electrical engineering and electronics technology are two totally different things. Electrical engineering is way more math than electronics technology, and electronics technology was way too much math for me to begin with, and that's why I got out of it. But what would have happened? Where would I be? Can pretty much guarantee you that I would probably not be sitting here doing episodes of The Cocktail Napkin, or writing on the Martini Shaker, or being anywhere near the person that I am now. So, and I get that question a lot when I give my presentations, and I fess up to the fact that, because it's always. That's another kind of day of reckoning, when I have to go to these presentations and I address college students and talk about the opportunities that are out there for them as college students, and then in the same talk about how I basically rolled all my classes and did pretty much everything that they should never ever do, just because I didn't have the opportunities that they do now. Had I been in college now, all of the stuff that I wanted to know is all definitely in the curriculum of any good university now, and so it wouldn't have been any big deal. But crap, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, well, what would I be doing? Yeah, not this. I probably would have a pocket protector, perhaps. Some pins. This would be a good pin. This would be a good example of a pin that I would own and that I would carry with me a lot. Instead, I am the type of guy who carries a secret pen in his pocket that you don't know about usually, but it's there and ready to write down the tip on any check that I get at lunch. I don't know. What else? Let's see. Let's look at the notes, because I felt prepared for this, and then all of a sudden this episode is just going to shit. But let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Well, yeah. I mean, would I be happy? Would I be happy? Well, I would certainly hope that I would be happy. Because if I had gone to classes and done all that and gotten a degree in electronics technology instead of trying to realizing that realizing that I was wasting all this time and money on classes that I didn't even really like or attend, I went to the Arts and Sciences College and I said, what is the fastest thing that's going to get me out of here? And I went with philosophy because I had 24 hours left. So that's one semester, one and a half semesters. And so got the hell out of there, right? But would I be happy if I had completed that degree? Well, obviously, if I would have stuck with it, it would have been something that made me happy, and I would have had some sort of career in building microprocessors or something like that I can only assume would have made me happy. I'm pretty happy right now. I'm glad that I am who I am, and that even though at the time it seemed like a pretty bad idea, in the short term hindsight, going, that was pretty rough, and well, pretty much anytime I look at a student loan statement, I also think about what a bad idea it was. But do I regret it? No, because it wouldn't make me who I am today, and it wouldn't make me the type of person that would be coming to you and talking and saying all this great stuff. So that's pretty much what I was thinking of today. I've got some sugar packets around here somewhere. They're over here on my workbench, I think. Just to let you know that here in the near future, I'm going to begin shooting a long-term episode that teaches you how to make your own prison wine. So that's right, Pruno. If you're interested in possibly making some hooch from the clink, stay tuned in the next month or two, because you'll see something. Now, there's something that an electronics technology major would never have. Well, no, probably more than anything, or some type of weird X-ray porn glasses. But that's some other time. So.